ZORDON, an anomaly has just transpired within the Morphin grid. A burst of negative transitional energy just breached our outer defenses. The command center has become compromised.
Send out a distress signal to the Rangers immediately. Inform them that...
The command center. And here I thought this was a fortress. More like a rundown museum, if you ask me.
Haha, good one, my lord.
I don't believe it. You were destroyed in the destruction of Altar.
You best start believing in ghosts, Tin here. And this ghost is here to fetch himself a little souvenir.
Welcome one and all to Morphin Grid Vids, and aye, the new year is here, along with some Lightning Collection disembodied hollow heads and plastic robot action. This is Alpha 5 and Zordon, a 2-pack that came out earlier last year that I honestly wasn't all that keen on having in my collection until I saw them in person. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Zordon, because it's my channel, dammit. That, and I find him the most uninteresting out of the two. He's literally just a battery pack with a face. However, that face can light the F up with some of your typical AAA batteries. I love the shade of blue that this light projects, but I just wish that the light was a bit more forward rather than right under his chin to better illuminate that beautiful David Fielding face of his. Moving on to Alpha 5, it's clear to see that he's the main reason to acquire this 2-pack. The sculpt work on him is incredible, from his humongous golden shoes to the doodads around his chest bolt to the mono eye on his red breeches. Alpha is decked head to toe in really nicely done sculpt work. The golden paint on mine is fine, although I find some of the other paint apps, primarily the yellow, to be a bit too thin in the application process for my liking. Posability on Alpha isn't anything super amazing, with everything that you'd expect in the Lightning Collection being present, save for the butterfly joints and the head, which seems to be on a ball joint that's inside the neck, so it kind of hinders the up and down movement. But do you really need that? Do you really need Alpha 5 to look down upon his enemies? He has a friggin' ab crunch. He doesn't need to look down upon those who are lesser than he. Alpha also comes with one accessory in the form of his teddy bear, which I'm sure has appeared in an episode somewhere. It's quite well painted and can fit into Alpha's open palm quite well. However, it can only fit into Alpha's open palm, as the teddy bear is too thick to fit into his semi-closed hand on the other arm. If you do decide to display him with this accessory, make sure not to bump into him, as it might get lost in the carpet for 2 to 4 days until you step on it accidentally. Hypothetically, of course. I mean, what kind of idiot would do something like that? Alpha and Zordon are basically what I expected from a mass release of these two characters, although Alpha is easily the star of this 2-pack. In fact, I dare say he's my favorite non-Ranger character in the line to date, outside of those deluxe monsters that I haven't quite handled yet. I'm not quite sure how abundant this set is in the wild, as I've only seen it once in person. However, I highly suggest it, as the retail price on these guys is a real bang for your buck kind of price. Anyways, thank you for joining me here at Morphin Grid Vids. And I think next time we're going to head down a darker path. Path of gold, dark magic, and lords.